just an absolute shocking story written by Abigail Schreier in City Journal. And you should look it up. It's just amazing. Abigail Schreier in City Journal. It's about this financial consultant in Seattle. And he's a faithful Muslim guy. And he's got kids. He's got 4 kids, I think. And she calls him Ahmed, but that's not his name. It's not his real name. And one of his kids has autism. He's on the autistic spectrum. And as the kid turns 13 and he starts to have problems in school and problems with girls, he gets very upset because he can't quite break through and connect like a normal kid. And he starts to get suicidal. So they take the kid into the hospital. And Ahmed now gets a phone call from the hospital saying, listen, we've studied your kid, your daughter. We've studied your daughter, and your daughter needs to be taken in for gender reassignment. And Ahmed keeps his head, right, because he realizes he's in dangerous waters here. And he calls up a friend of his who's a psychiatrist and a friend who's a lawyer, and they both tell him the same thing. They say, if you go into this is in Washington State. He said, if you go into this hospital and make any remark that can be taken as anti-transgender, transphobic, they will take your child away from you. They will call Child Protective Services, and these evil, sick, twisted people who are running your government in Washington State are going to take this child away from you, and he may be taken off and butchered in this horrific Nazi trans operations that they do on children, and you'll lose him. You'll lose control. By the law, according to the law, you will lose control of your child, and they will be free to turn him into a girl, which is kind of, it's like a horror movie. It's like a horror movie. So Allah bless this guy, right? This guy is a faithful Muslim, and may Allah's light shine upon this guy. He does something I'm not sure I could have done. He keeps his head, and he goes into the hospital and he says, absolutely, we're going to take this boy in for gender reassignment right away. Absolutely, that's what we're going to do. They give him back, they say, great, and they give him the kid. He moves his entire family out of the state to get away from these monsters, these horror movie monsters. That's the fight we're in. See, the fight we're in is whether you believe that a man of faith, a loving father, is going to do the right thing by his son, or whether you believe your stupid ideas are science. I'm science. That's like what Fauci said. I'm the science. If you believe that you are the science, you are the expert, that you, who never met this kid before in your life, you are going to decide that your sick mind that has imposed this absolute horror show on the universe that has nothing to do with reality, you are going to have the say over everybody. And that's the global vision. The global vision is that the experts in Davos, or wherever we put them, at the UN, wherever we put them, are going to make the decisions for you. You don't even have to elect these guys. You can elect your local guys, but they're not going to have any power. It's going to all be done for you at the top. This is why the world is becoming a global place. There's nothing we can do to stop that. The world is going to be a global place. I have a cell phone. You have a cell phone. I was in Afghanistan, got a call from Hollywood. I picked up the phone and it was like, hi, I want to talk to you about that script. I can't talk to you now. I'm in Afghanistan. This is a global world. It is going to be a global world. But the question is, what values will it have? Is it going to be a global world of competing nations where like this is a country of competing states where our ideas, Western ideas, have a chance to triumph over others? That is what I want. What I want is a global world that has been colonized by the West. I want a global world where where Western culture rules. I am in favor of colonialism, not violent colonialism, not conquest colonialism, but competitive ideas, a world of ideas competing, nations competing, where the best ideas win, because I know then we will have a global world, but it will be a global world run by Western standards, and that's what I'm looking for.